Hi, fellow anatomists. Today we'll be talking about the deep muscles of the back. We'll start with the quadratus lumborum. It is innervated by the subcostal nerve as well as the ventral rami of spinal nerves. When contracted unilaterally, it is responsible for ipsilateral flexion of the trunk. When contracted bilaterally, it is responsible for extension of the trunk and it fixes the 12th rib during inspiration. Next, we have the splenius capitis and the splenius cervicis, and these lie on the posterior and lateral aspects of the neck. They're innervated by the dorsal rami of spinal nerves. When they act alone, they are responsible for lateral flexion of the neck as well as ipsilateral rotation of the head. And when they act together, they extend the head and neck. Next, we have the erector spinae muscle group. From lateral to medial, these are the iliocostalis, longissimus, and the spinalis, and these are innervated by the dorsal rami of spinal nerves. The main function of these muscles is to extend the vertebral column. However, when they act individually, they also laterally flex the column. Next, we have the transversospinalis muscle group, and we'll start with the semispinalis, which is the most superficial. The semispinalis spans 4 to 6 segments on the column, and it is responsible for extension and contralateral rotation of the head and the thoracic and cervical vertebra. Next, we have the multifidus, which spans 2 to 4 segments, and it is responsible for contralateral rotation as well as stabilization of the vertebra. Lastly, we have the rotatorus, which we will look at closer here. So those are the rotatorus longus, which span 2 segments, and the rotatorus brevis, which span only 1 segment. These muscles are important for proprioception, stabilization, extension, and rotation of the vertebral column. The last 2 muscles we'll discuss are the interspinous and intertransverse muscles, and as their name suggests, the interspinous muscles are between the spinous processes and the intertransverse muscles are between the transverse processes. The interspinous muscles are innervated by the dorsal rami of spinal nerves, while the intertransverse muscles are innervated by both dorsal and ventral rami of spinal nerves. The interspinous muscles aid in extension and rotation of the vertebral column, and the intertransverse muscles aid in lateral flexion of the column as well as stabilization of the column. And here is a nice picture to put it all together, one view of all the muscles that we talked about today. Thanks for watching.